Hey there, happy Monday. So somebody posed a question to me the other day, and I've been thinking about it for a while because we talked about it, but I didn't have all the right, I don't know if I ever have all the right answers, but I didn't have all the right things I wanted to say to her at the moment. But basically the gist of our conversation was this. She's like, look, Michael, I'm not sure that this is my dream job. And whatever she does, it's not really, doesn't really matter what she does, because I've heard this from many, many people. But, this whole idea of, your dream job. And she's like, this is what I went to school for, and this is what I've been doing, but I'm not really sure. Maybe I should think about something else. And so I've been thinking about how do you know? Like, how do you know what your dream job is? And if you do, how do you get it? But what I really wanted to talk to her about and follow up was really looking at this from a different perspective. Now, it's not only maybe challenging right now, it's challenging a lot of times actually to switch jobs, careers, companies, but especially when we're in a time where there's not as many opportunities. So it may seem risky. There's nothing wrong with that. I've taken a lot of risks in my career before and had some great results. But I was thinking more in terms of really, how many times do we want to change our job because maybe it doesn't interest us as much, or maybe we don't like the entire environment, maybe you don't like our boss. There's a lot of reasons that, any of us may say, hey, I'm not sure this is exactly what I want, and I'm not really sure what to do to go get the next one. So here were my words of wisdom for her. So number one is to actually spend some time, as you know, journaling. I think one day I need to make like a Shock Your Potential journal. I think that would be a really good. So I was thinking, first of all, journal. What is it you want to do? And maybe you don't know yet, and that's okay too, but what kind of things do you like to do? What things could you see being a part of your career that would make you say, gosh, I can't wait to get up this morning and go do my job? People always laugh at me when I say that. They're like, Michael, it's not even possible to be so excited to get to work every day that you can't wait to get up and get started. And I say baloney, because not only is it possible, it's very possible. It's all about what you go after, but it's also about your mindset. So first you got to kind of figure it out. Like what are some options? What would that look like? What would your job look like? What would you be doing? Where would you be working? Who would you be working with? What kind of title? What kind of money? All those things that are elements of it. But it's important that you do this first step, because then my next question to you is, right now in the job you're in, what things are you doing now or responsible for that can either help you get to that next job, that dream job, or that are things that will be a part of that next job or dream job that you can use to help, advance what you're doing? So in other words, let's say for instance, you want to get into a marketing position, and right now in the company you're in, the closest thing you have to do as marketing is that you write an article for the internal newsletter every month, something like that. Okay, well then now here's the key, is take whatever pieces that you're already doing that have some part of that next role and become the best at them of anyone else. So if you want to get into marketing and the only thing you do now is write one article a month for a company newsletter, then make it the best article ever. Like, make people stop and say, hey, that was really thought-provoking. I loved how you wrote that. Hey, that made me laugh. That was such a great way to, put that new concept out. Become the best at it that you can. And then think about all those other pieces that will probably be in that dream job or that next job, and say, what can I be doing now that I could also be incorporating into the job that I have now? And work on those and expand those. Because as you expand, hi, my neighbor's walking by. As you expand on those components of what you do, you're going to be giving yourself experience. But here's the real key. So as I wrote this down, I put these words: become the master and tackle your job now as if it were your dream job. Your job today doesn't have to be your dream job. In fact, you could land your dream job and decide on a new dream job. The key is what we do now today sets up all of our opportunity for the future. So if you become the master at what you're doing now, not only are you working on skills that will help you later, but it changes the dialogue with the people that you work for and the people you work with. It gives you more credibility. If you are the absolute best person at your job right now, you automatically will be able to get yourself a different seat at the table. Because the better you do, the more people want to know, how'd you get that success? That was amazing. How did you do that? Well, let me tell you, I know that my dream job is to work in marketing. And frankly, the closest I ever got to marketing in this job was writing the article for the monthly newsletter. And I told myself, you know what? I'm going to write an incredible article every time. And then when I got into that, I thought, I wonder how the use of keywords would really help. So I started learning about them. And that's when I started learning, how do you promote, posts to get them go viral? I don't know, I'm just coming up with stuff. But if you told me those things after you had mastered a part of your job that really made you stand out, and then you used it to advance whatever job you're in, then I'm going to stop and say, now wait a minute. I didn't know you wanted to be in marketing. Tell me about that. And we're going to have to start, and we'll start having dialogues that are at a completely different level. So sometimes it's easy to think that the grass is greener on the other side. It's kind of an obnoxious, overly used statement that rings true for all of us. It is so easy to think that if I just go there, if I just get that job, if I just have that title, that magically I'm going to be happy. You may. There may be things that will make you happy. But the real key is, are you making the decisions that make you stand out today so that you have more control tomorrow? I hope this gives you some motivation for the day. And if you all caught it on Friday live broadcast, we talked about how we're going to introduce the new Shock Your Potential kind of virtual conference that is starting very soon. So if you don't know about it, pop us an email at info@shockyourpotential.com and we will send you all the details. I hope you guys have a great Monday. Hey, don't forget, shock your potential today.